Now we go to Texas and welcome our friend Cody Tucker to the show. Cody, how are you doing, buddy?
Hey, man, I'm doing good. How are y'all doing?
So, Cody, I got to tell you, over the break, I had a lot of time to do nothing and watch movies and stuff. And I had not seen the newest Jurassic Park movie. I thought about you the whole time. I had not seen the newest one with Jeff Goldblum and Laura Dern and Sam Neill and Chris Pratt and the other, like, all the Jurassic Park people in it, except Vince Vaughn. And it was great.
What? No.
You didn't like it?
Movie? No, it was terrible.
I thought the idea that they're not great, like it's not getting an Academy Award, but the idea that they brought all of them together from the three different parts of the movies, franchise, and that to have Chris Pratt there with Sam Neill and Jeff Goldblum, I don't know. I just thought it was a good idea to see them all together.
I don't like that nostalgic crap.
No.
Nah, I'm not. It's not my thing.
I think that's why it hit
people back.
I saw a video where they took the Jurassic Park dinosaurs and then added feathers to them. How they say the dinosaurs would have been, like certain ones, whatever. Yeah, they did, and they look scarier. It was weird.
Do you know anything about people walking the plank, Cody?
Walk like pirates?
Yeah, like how we always see walking the plank, and then they just show a guy walking off the side of the ship. I read a thing this morning, which is something that I feel like I would have seen on your YouTube channel eventually or Instagram. That the walking the plank was even way worse than they thought it was. Is that they would tie a guy up and then like stab him and push him into the water and let him just bleed out. Yeah.
Well, or usually they had weights. They would tie a weight to their ankles, and so when they're walking,
crazy.
They're going down.
All right, what do you got for us this week?
You already blitzed.
Oh, wait, ladies and gentlemen, stand by, Cody Tucker.
Was John Candy going to be Superman? Where did the phrase break a leg come from? And did a guy really have his wiener out in the final scene of the movie Teen Wolf? Let's find out. Please welcome from the Cody Tucker Show on YouTube, here's Cody Tucker on the Mike Calta Show.
Can you hear that? Did you hear your intro?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. It's like a little echoey, but I got it.
All right, what do you got for us this week?
No, so I got a movie one. So after the success of Close Encounters of the Third Kind, Columbia Pictures wanted Steven Spielberg to do a sequel. He did not want to do it, but he also didn't want Columbia Pictures to make a crappy one on their own. So he ended up coming up with a horror sequel that he called Watch the Skies. This movie would involve a normal family being terrorized by aliens with a script by John Sayles. If you've never seen the movie Watch the Skies, it's because it was never made. Spielberg instead took parts of Sayles' script, including the fact that the aliens had long, bony fingers that gave off a warm light at the end, turned it into the legendary film E.T.
That's funny.
So, whatever happened to the horror part of the movie? Well, the idea of a family terrorized by aliens was changed to a family terrorized by ghosts and became the Spielberg-produced movie Poltergeist.
So you got a 2-for-1.
Yeah.
2-for-1.
Both hits, too.
And I will tell you, E.T., one of the biggest movies of all time, and Poltergeist, one of the most genuine, scary movies you'll ever see, at least up at that point. Before that, it was Exorcist.
Yeah.
Exorcist, and then Poltergeist was an entirely different kind of scary movie, and you really didn't get a lot of those. Close Encounters. What a great movie that is. And I'm glad that they didn't try to ruin that. Although I will tell you, one of the sequels that I love the most is I didn't like the Cloverfield movie, but I do love the Cloverfield Lane movie.
With John Goodman.
Yeah, I thought that was
10 Cloverfield Lane.
That was a great idea. I thought it was a great idea for a movie. It was based on the story of the first one, but an entirely different movie, and it was way better than the first one.
Yeah, I liked the first one.
It was all right. It was okay. I'm not into that. I'm not into that kind of stuff like too much. The whole I'm running from the monster kind of thing. All right, what else you got?
Well, actually, so for Cloverfield, whenever the Statue of Liberty, the head flies down the street, they had to make it 30% larger because the Statue of Liberty's head's actually like really small, and it wouldn't have seemed believable to anyone watching the movie. So they had to make the head huge. But so sci-fi realm. The voice of one of the alien characters in the first Star Wars movie, 1977, was actually made of recordings of John Wayne. which makes Star Wars: A New Hope technically John Wayne's last movie.
Oh, wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. I love that. What they did, they just took it and played it backwards.
Well, yeah, they like put it through a filter, kind of like a Pink Floyd filter, if you will.
I love seeing all the different stuff, how they got like the lightsabers, they're hitting cables and stuff. And then I think some of the different animals that were in there were animals that then they pitched it up or did it change around.
Even the way they created the sound of the lightsaber coming on was like different ways, because you can't just have what does a lightsaber sound like? What does a laser blaster sound like?
Right, that was some fuse thing, whatever, because it goes and comes. Yeah, that's so cool.
Yeah, with Jurassic Park, the sound of the velociraptors is the sound of turtles having an orgasm.
Listen to me. I have a giant tortoise, and I have heard that tortoise having an orgasm before, and it is insane. I have a tortoise that weighs about 100 pounds.
Did you yell at your wife to get inside?
No. It's about 100 pounds. It's big, and it's out in my yard. And one day I just heard, eh. It sounded like when Mini-Me was on that reality show.
Surreal Life.
All you heard was
yeah.
And I went out there and I go, what is going on? And I had a plant in there, in a planter, and he knocked the plant over and was trying to hump the planter. And he was just banging. You could see his little turtle body just the entire time. So yeah, it is very disturbing. I'm sure they took it and pitched it up for the Velociraptor.
Yeah, that's what it came from. And then I got one more.
We got time.
So this one, a little different, not movie related. In 1953, a U.S. Air Force radio operator was in West Germany. He was tasked with listening in on private Soviet communications when he heard them frantically telling each other that the Soviet leader Joseph Stalin had just died. This American radio operator became the first person outside of the high-ranking Soviet leaders to learn of the death of Joseph Stalin. That U.S. Air Force radio operator was a young man named Johnny Cash.
Oh, wow!
Yeah.
I always
first person to learn of it.
As you were talking about it, I try to figure out where it's going. See, if I didn't know the story, if I could figure out what you're saying, I was unaware of Johnny Cash's military time, let alone the fact that he was the first person to hear about Stalin.
Well, if you remember in military time, because Walk the Line, he gets out of the military, and that's when he starts writing the music and doing the stuff.
Yeah.
Or while he's in the military, actually.
What do you got? What do you got coming up on your show?
Just a few more of the old porn star interviews as per usual. That's about it, man.
When you interview these porn stars, you're like best friends with them.
I mean, they're all very friendly people.
Yeah. Well,
believe it or not,
what they do for a living. I believe it.
Yeah. So it's just kind of easy to,
What is your go-to porn?
MILF.
Yeah. See, that's what I was saying this morning. I'm more into the older chicks than I am the young chicks.
Yeah. I think the whole barely legal thing is weird,
right. Okay, good. I feel that way because I have a young daughter, so it kind of grosses me out.
Yeah.
And how old are you?
31.
Oh, see, I'm considerably older than you, so my MILFs are in their 70s at this point. So
well, there's some that are still rocking.
Yeah.
I had a woman on the podcast a long time ago. She was 67.
Holy cow.
Yeah, she started doing porn when she was 64.
Do you remember her name? Because I'm sure I probably know who she is.
Sika.
Oh yeah, Sika. Yeah, we've had her on the show too. Oh, she's in the Mount Rushmore of porn.
Oh yeah.
She was handling John Holmes back in the day.
By the way, I just texted you a great film that I'm sure that he's a fan of, the porn film. Have you seen that? I can't say it on air.
It's Jurassic, and the the word ends in CK, but it's not Park.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
All right. If you want to check out more of Cody, you can find him at the Cody Tucker Show. I almost said the Cody Road Show. The Cody Tucker Show on YouTube and Instagram. He's very educational and fun to watch, and also if you like porn stars. So Cody, thank you, brother.
Thanks, man.
All right.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
See you next week.
All right. Later.
There you go. Cody Tucker.